Hello everyone, my name is Jessie. I am part of the Sephora squad and I am so excited to be with you today because I'm going to be sharing the tea when it comes to the latest trend, and it is the shimmer and highlight trend, well known as dolphin skin. So if you want to get to learn how to get to have that fresh out of the water glow skin, keep on watching this video because I have all the deets for you. Okay, so the first step you want to do for this routine is going to be skincare. You can revisit any of our skincare how-to videos in our channel, but for this glow, you really need to make sure that your skin is super hydrated, it looks plump, it looks luscious, because your base is going to determine how beautiful your makeup looks. Now, to start with my skincare, I am going to be using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops, and this one is just going to help me take my natural glow to another level. I love it because it helps me hydrate, it feels amazing on the skin, and it has different uses. So I'm going to take this much and I'm going to be applying it on the highlights of my face, pretty much everywhere. But the good thing about this is that you can get to use it with your foundation, under your foundation, on top of your skincare. It's amazing to just hydrate a little bit more. So I'm just gonna start applying it on those areas so you can see a little bit more of that extra glow. And the key to this trend is to layer. You wanna make sure you're layering your products. You're truly giving that nice plump, plush skin a go. And you know me, I love everything glowy. I'm dry to begin with. For me to be glowy is a challenge. So being able to do this is so gratifying because you get the skin of your dreams. Look how glowy it looks so far. I'm looking like a glazed donut. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here you go. It looks really nice. You can amp it up and put a little bit more if you wanted to in some targeted areas. I'm gonna leave it like this because I might go back and revisit this step at the end if I feel like I want more glow. But this is the starting point. Now that we have built that desired glow and we're looking like a little dewy dumpling, we now want to add a little bit of coverage. For that, I'm going to be using the ILIA Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40 foundation, and this is the shade Bomb Bomb. This is ST5. Now, this is going to be amazing because this is also going to be skincare. It has niacinamide, it has hyaluronic acid, it has squalane. This one is going to be more for giving you that extra glow with a little bit of skincare benefits on it. I'm going to just apply a couple of drops. I'm gonna first start by pressing it into my skin like I would do a serum, and I'm just gonna rub it into my fingers, giving that nice little warmth, and then I'm just gonna start applying it on the key areas to make sure that I have that desired coverage. If you want to build more coverage, you can definitely go with a brush. I have a brush that I'm gonna be using, but the first step I like doing with this is just pressing it in so it gives me that nice, beautiful, effortless finish. This should be enough. This trend is also about just skin, like having that glowy, luscious, beautiful, healthy, plump skin. I'm gonna go out there with this glow and I'm gonna be beaming on everyone. Reflect. Sorry. That I finished with my complexion, you're gonna see that I look a little bit more perfected, but I also look washed out. So I have to add a little bit of color, and for that, I'm gonna be using a cream blush. You wanna make sure that you have something creamy, hydrating, and luscious for the skin, so it just adds up to the glow that you have. And for that, I'm gonna be using the KOSAS. This is the Color and Light Creme Blush and Highlight Duo, and the color that I'm going to be using is called 8 Muse. I'm going to show you so you can see how pretty it is. I'm using this shade because it mimics my natural blush when I get a little sun. Highlight is gorgeous. It also has a tiny bit of color, so it creates that nice dimension, and it doesn't look super bright. It just looks more like creamy, luscious skin. I'm going to be using my finger, and I'm going to be rubbing it in the very center. And I'm gonna be applying this on both my cheeks, a tiny bit on my eyes, and on my lips because it's a multi-use and it's a gorgeous, beautiful color to like balance everything out. I'm gonna be applying it on the higher points of my cheekbones just because I like creating that nice, beautiful lift. I feel like it lifts everything up and it makes me look super nice and cute. And I wanna be cute. But like I usually keep it super up and I extend it almost to my high temples right here, and as you can see, I'm also applying it almost under my eyes. It just gives me that nice, beautiful lift and glow. Look how beautiful that looks, and it makes my cheekbones look so defined. I'm gonna go a little bit right here, and I'm just gonna be tapping it. The reason why I'm tapping is because I want to make sure the product stays there and it looks nice and effortless. I'm gonna be also taking a tiny bit on my eyes right here. I'm gonna be focusing on the center of my eye, just a tiny bit of color, and like making sure that it's also hitting the top of my brow bone. I like creating that nice little elongated look. Same on the other side. I'm gonna do it too. Applying it on the center. And this is such a dreamy shade. I love it. Okay, now that I have the eyes and the cheeks, I feel like this area right here, it's a little bit washed out, so I'm gonna be applying it. Actually, I'm gonna be applying it on my nose first, a tiny bit on the edges, like right on those two little areas right there. And I'm gonna take my clean finger and I'm gonna soften it up just so it looks more natural. Just adding a little bit of color. Alternating the fingers too, just so I make sure it's not too intense. I'm gonna be applying a little bit of this on my lips. And I like it because it defines my lips in a very subtle way. I also go a little bit on top of my lip line. Go a tiny bit higher right there, just to make sure that it looks a little bit more flush. Gives me a natural volume. Same on the bottom. And now, so you can see, it looks super natural. I really love the look that this blush is giving me because it's super soft, super subtle, but still very glowy and effortless. I'm gonna start building the glow with the highlight. I'm gonna be focusing on the areas that are gonna be more towards here, here, a little bit on the center of the forehead, not too much. Again, it's all the areas that that light usually hits. So I'm just gonna be making sure I'm picking up a little bit of that product. It's gonna be looking a little bit more like that. I'm gonna be picking it up with my middle finger and I'm just gonna be applying it on the higher points of my face. I'm just gonna make sure that everything looks glowy and luscious. And for this part, you wanna start tapping. Again, building those layers. I'm applying it right on top of my blush because this highlight has a little bit of color. So it looks almost like it's melting the colors together and it looks so pretty. I'm also gonna be applying it on my lids. I love me a nice dewy lid. And this is not gonna be the exception. Tap it in. I'm gonna be applying a tiny bit on my brows. Top of my nose. Top of the brows. So this is the look with the palette. It looks amazing. I'm obsessed because it's super creamy, buildable. When you apply it on the skin, it just melts like butter and it makes you look so glowy. Also clean at Sephora. For my next step, I am going to be bronzing. I feel like I have the color that I want. I have that nice little flush look, but I want to give dimension and I want to sculpt the heck out of my cheeks because why not, right? So I'm gonna be using for that the NUDESTIX Nudies, and this is the all over face color, and this is in the shade Bondi Bay. What I love is that this one is gonna have a color on the top and a brush in the bottom, so they're very travel friendly. If you want to take them anywhere with you, you can definitely just apply and blend with your brush. I am going to be applying it on my hands right there, right in here, a little bit higher. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to be applying a little bit more those cheekbones just to define them. And the reason why I'm using creams is because you want to make sure everything looks glowy and effortless and luscious, and cream is the best formulation to keep that integrity and keep that glow. I'm gonna be applying it on the corners of my nose as well, right here too. I'm not being super precise just because I know I'm gonna be working my brush and pretty much buffing everything out. And since the base is so creamy, I don't have to worry about anything drying out. So now that I have that nice base, I'm gonna be applying whatever is left on my jawline. Not too much, but just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna go with my brush. I'm gonna start giving it a blend. When you blend it, you wanna blend upwards just to make sure that everything is packed in there and it's lifting everything up. Giving that nice dimension. It's looking luscious so far. And I'm just gonna take whatever is remaining on my brush from blending my cheekbones to my jawline, so everything is balanced out. Let's start with what we have and blend what we have and see if we need a tiny bit more. I'm gonna do the other side of the nose. So far so good. I also apply a tiny bit of color on the top of the high area of my brow just to sculpt the area and make it look nice and soft. And this will also balance out the amount of glow that your skin is giving out in a nice way. That way it doesn't look like a whole bright area. It looks like it has dimension. Bomb. I want to be like this all the time. Okay, we're gonna go to our final step, and for that I'm gonna be using the LAWLESS. This is the Forget the Filler. This is the lip plumping line smoothing gloss. The reason why I love this one is because it helps me smooth the lines of my lips. I have dermatitis, so my skin is super dry and I have a lot of lines on my lips, and it's something that I've always wanted to make super smooth and soft. This one gives me everything I need for that. Makes my lips super luscious. And if we're doing the skin, this is gonna be the best way to finish it up, because if we're glowy in our face, we need to be glowing on our lips too. Why not? And this is everything that you need for that finished look. I mean, look at that glow. I also love that the applicator has this nice little curve and it just hugs your lips. A lip gloss that plumps your lips, smooths the lines of your lips, and also hugs your lips in the process. You can have it all. Also, clean at Sephora. Clean at Sephora. Clean at Sephora. This is where we at right now, which is the super glowy, effortless, luscious look. Now, for my oily people out there that want to recreate this look, but they don't want to look super oily throughout the day because they already have that natural glow, bless you. I am going to be showing you one extra step you can do so you can get that nice balanced look and you can still get to be able to recreate this. I recommend using a setting powder, and I recommend use it on the areas that you get oily throughout the day, like super shiny in some areas, right? If you are the person like me that you get like a little bit more moisture down here and your mascara transfer, it doesn't even matter if it's waterproof. You can also set under your eyes to make sure everything is set for success and you look perfect. For that, I'm going to be using the KOSAS. This is the Cloud Set. This is a setting powder. It gets to give you a nice, beautiful, effortless finish. It is talc free, so if you're like me that you have texture, this won't adhere or won't accentuate your texture. And it also gets to be vegan. This is the shade I'm using just to brighten up some areas of my complexion. I'm gonna be using a small brush. This is the Pro Contour 79. And I'm just gonna be tapping my brush into the product, getting my hand, tapping it in. I'm gonna be setting my under eyes, the center of my forehead, a tiny bit right in between my brows. I'm gonna be setting this area right here because I get a sweat mustache. And I am going to be setting this area right here just to brighten it up a tiny bit and look a little bit extra snatch. So what I'm going to be doing is taking my brush, placing it right there, right over here, and here. That's pretty much it. The good thing about this powder is that it also has light reflecting little particles to it, so it also looks glowy, but it doesn't make you look shiny, which is something good for this look. Thank you so much for watching. If you're gonna be trying this trend, make sure to comment below so I can see it. And also, if you follow me on social, tag me on those photos because I want to see you glow and be all beamy and beautiful and luscious and taking over all the things that you want to take over. So I'll see you soon, okay? Big kisses, my love. Bye. Jelly, do you like my highlight? Jelly, look at the mama. Do you like my highlight? Oh, he likes it.